probably comb my hair before I come on here. I think we're live. That poor cat. You're going to hear lots of background noise. Unfortunately, I forgot that little party. I didn't forget. I guess I wasn't really told that they were having a party. It's my son's birthday. And so, you know, there's like 10 teenagers upstairs playing a video game. Woo. So, my wife was like, sucks to be you. She hopped in the car and took off. She's like, later. When the going gets tough, I'm going to go to the gym, hang out in the pool for a while. What's up, Fretless Ed? What's up, Nelson? Mark? Talking Dog? Vince? Highway to Hell? Don, Papa Blue, Tactical 6-String Band, Coomster, and of course Iron Guns, Fred Priest, Mike Jones. Got Robert, we got Terry 3G, we got Mark Blue, we got Fretless Ed. Yeah, it's a party. Yeah. She was like, yeah, later. Pew, pew. She went out guns blazing. Later, bitches. What's up, Speaker? What's up, Jay Shaft? Double Log Guitar, Mike Jones, BC Rich. We got Ronnie. We got Matt. We got Jeff. We got Timothy. Octopus Ears. We got Judo. We got Mike. Well, it finally, summer showed up today. It hit like 90. Happy early birthday for Ben. Actually, it is today. The thing is I'm such a cool dad. It doesn't bother me one bit. Can barely hear it. Yeah, you know, it was like 60 degrees the other day, and now all of a sudden it's like 95. I'm not going to go to NAMM. Too many, a lot of people blowing it off. I'm seeing a lot of people backing out. I don't want to go. Like Henning said, I don't want to spend money to walk empty halls. Hey, yo, it's RJ. You know, what we gotta do in honor of RJ. Oh, wow. Chicken Nugget and Xbox say no. Actually, he's too old for that. We got him a new radio in his car. You know, he went from friggin' Hamburg to Porterhouse in an afternoon. Got him a deck that. So it's older. It's a 2004 Chevy Impala. And, he was trying to connect his iPhone to it with a cassette that goes in the cassette deck. And even that broke, and he was pretty bummed out. So I went and we got him the Star Trek Mr. Data, beep boop bop boop 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 boop, fractal encryption code. This thing it's got CarPlay, it's got Android Auto. It was on sale, and they had free installation, but they still gank you on a friggin' harness, which you need because GM has an electronic. So in other words, when the key goes off and comes out, the radio is still on. Has to connect to their electronic system, and then when you open the door, the radio finally goes out. So, they totally rake you over the coals for those like little interfaces. And but that's okay. We got it done. We got it in there. But we knew when we went there that only the rear speakers worked, but we didn't know if it was the radio, which had already exhibited, failings, or if it was the speakers. And I told him that when he put it in, he says, I'll check it. He came back, he goes, yeah, it's the speakers. He says, they're blown, which I wouldn't doubt because her dad's pretty hard of hearing. He's probably cranking that radio up. But the speakers are blown, so we couldn't do it at the same time, but we got new speakers going in it this week, and then it's done. And the speakers are cheap, $29 for a pair. And then, like $70 to friggin' install them. I'm sure you can hear those kids upstairs. I know, right? We had the cassette. Which Strat is the best one? The one I'm playing right now. No matter what Strat I'm playing, it's that one right there. Need a new Mexican lacquer series, not a classic series 60. So we should talk about that. I like to get the topic of the title out of the way early for people who tune in later and don't want to see me blather on for a couple of hours. We can get right to the topic of discussion and talk about it. Some people have a way with words, and other people, I don't know, don't have way, I guess. So here's what I know. Let me pull my notes up over here, so I can read to you what I know. This is okay. First of all, it's all the disclaimers. This isn't from anyone official. This is someone who just happened to post online, and I happened to see that post. And if it's true, I look like a friggin' genius. And if it's wrong, I throw in all these disclaimers to basically say, well, I told you it's probably not true. So I'm in a win-win here. So here's what it is. Strats. Are you ready for this? It's going to be called the American Classic line. The American Original line shall be discontinued. The American Original line replaced like the American Vintage Reissue line, I think, right? So these are lacquer, right? These are expensive guitars. They're lacquer and usually classic years, you know what I'm saying, right? So they have the original 60s, the original 50s, and again, these are sort of like vintage-esque instruments and reissues, and they're high-end, higher than the standard. Even the Ultra line is less because it's a poly finish. These are all lacquer. So here's what was posted. Here's what they're saying. It will include they're calling it the American Classic line. American Classic. And it will contain a 57 Strat. Obviously that's going to be a maple fretboard and a single ply pickguard. The new claim to fame is that they'll have vintage 57 pickups, but they'll be hand wound, whatever the hell that means. They're not custom shop, because they don't say it's custom shop, but they're hand wound pickups. So I, for one, accept our new robot overlords, but they're going with the hand stuff. And it will be available in two-tone burst, a Daphne blue, and a Sherwood green. Didn't see that coming, but that is correct. I think they did have a Sherwood green in 57 or 59, something like that. Anyway, that's the 57 line. Vintage 57 pickups, hand wound, two-tone burst, that's standard. Daphne blue, that's pretty standard. And Sherwood green. Next up is a 61. I don't think that's a typo. I think he's saying it's a 61, not a 62. That again is going to have pure vintage hand wound pickups. Pure vintage is the name of the pickup. Pure vintage hand wound pickups. A three-tone sunburst, again, pretty standard. Surf green and my favorite, Dakota red. Kind of like that. I like the Dakota red. It's a good red. And they're going to come out with a 79. Yeah, you heard it. You just heard that right. A 79 reissue in only one color. Antigua. Why, God? Why? I don't know. That's the only thing I've heard. There's no other info about that guitar other than it's a 79 Antigua. Now, on to the Telecasters. The Tellies will be a 52 Telly in the natural, and again with the hand wound pickups. The 62 Telly will be available in a three-tone burst, a vintage blonde, or a Lake Placid blue, and again with the hand wound pickups. Again, I don't know what that means. They're not saying they're custom shop. They're just saying they're hand wound. So what, they're all production pickups for the regular stuff and then made in their someplace else, and then they're hand winding these pickups for just this. I don't know. I don't know what the process is. I'm just repeating what I've been told. Hand wound pickups. Don't forget the part about the hand wound. A 67 Telly. Interesting, 67. Not a lot of info on that. That's all they know. They couldn't get colors or any other info about it, but a 67 Telly was also there. And then, last but not least, a 58 and a 66, both big headstock, Jazz Masters in sparkle colors. And the price is, this is the final tidbit of information, will range between $24.99. These are probably MAP, right? Minimum advertised price. $24.99 and $26.49. Again, sort of, that's their, a little bit above the Ultra Series. Not quite up to the, not quite as nice as like a Select. But dare to dream. But that's what I have. So let's just wrap it all up right now in a nice little packet. American Classic line, 57 Strat, hand wound pickups, two-tone burst, Daphne blue, Sherwood green, 61 hand wound pickups, three-tone sunburst, surf green, Dakota red, 79 Antigua, 52 Telly in natural with hand wound, 62 Telly in a three-tone burst, vintage blonde, Lake Placid blue with hand wounds, 67 Telly in a 58 and 66 Jazz Master in wild sparkle colors with price range of $25 to $26.50. And there you have it. Done. Oh, that was easy. So, that's what I got. That's what I heard. If it's true, it sounds like a lot of detail for something that's not true. So, we'll see. Maybe some of it's true, maybe some of it's not true. We won't know. If it is true, then you heard it here first. And if it's not true, we'll come up with some conspiracy. See, they must have heard the video and then decided, new plan, scratch all that. disappointed with the American original with only a decade range. Well, a lot of people didn't like that the American original also had the flatter fretboard. These are all going to be vintage spec, as I understand, if they're going back to the full-on radius with the radius. You know, it's going to be the curvy butt curve of a vintage instrument. They're not gonna do the flatter like they've done. Because let's see, is the American original, is that 9.5 or is it 12? I forget now, but it's definitely flatter. You prefer year-specific models? Yeah, they seem to be getting back to that with the 57. The 61, that's interesting. I don't ever remember them doing that other than custom shop. 52 telly, 62 telly, 67 telly, 58 and 66 Jazz Masters. You know, I've never played their import Flame Maple Tops. Like the, so you mean other than the Mexican series? Because those seem to be pretty nice. I've seen them crop up on Guitar Center used recently with single, double, a lot with the humbucker. Nick says 9.5. Yeah, I knew it was a little flatter. I didn't think they quite went to 12, but they were trying to get a little more modern with the, it was original. Why don't they just call it modified? Because the originals weren't 9.5. You like this one, Johnny? Yeah, I've had this one a couple of years now. I got this right before I went to Germany. I was pretty stoked. Yeah, the 67. I know the 60. Again, the 61 Strat, a 67 telly. I like that they're sort of mixing it up a little bit. Quite frankly, I wouldn't mind seeing a late 60s Strat. You know, like a 68 or a 69. Oh, that's tasty. That is good coffee right there. Watch what. Where are you going to store all the new acquisitions? Speaking of storing acquisitions, I did finally get the wall-mounted display case for, you know, it's made out of clear plastic with the clear plastic shelves and the mirror back, and you mount it on the wall. It's for shot glasses. I'm going to use it for the picks. It exceeds expectations. I was like, oh my God, this thing is beautiful. So I'm trying to find a place to put it. I don't even think I can put it over here. So if I put it over here, then it's hard to get to, right? It's a big pain in the ass because it's it's on the other side of the desk. It's hard to reach in and get stuff. So I don't think I'm going to put it over here. I actually think I might put it over in the synth room. It's because it's just easier to walk up and get to it, you know. But I do want to hang it on the wall and get them off of, you know, off of the desk. He's actually got a bunch of new stuff out. Every time I turn around, he's got a new material. I'm friggin' salivating over. Large regular with a Krella, a couple of vanilla nut taps. Oh yeah, no. Well, when we get the pick display going, oh, it'll be going. The pick gallery. Oh no, of course I'm going to charge admission. I'm going to charge by the gaze. Feels a little out, right? I don't think I'm going to use the Torlon as my daily driver because one thing, it's almost a little too smooth. If I was going to get another Torlon pick, I would get an anvil style. I would get his anvil with the hard edge because I think it attacks the string a little better. The Torlon bevel, well, it is got like almost no friction, and I'm sure some people like that. I actually like a bit more scrape against the string. And good luck trying to rough it up. I mean, I'd have to maybe put a file on it to rough it up. That's how strong that freaking plastic is. Which I could probably do. But, yeah, I would get the anvil style with the flat sides. I think then you have that nice, hard, crisp edge to really, you know, dig into the string. Yeah, you've gazed at the pick long enough. Oh no, Kitty's pretty comfy back there. She's got a nice little squishy bed, little squish bed. Oh, look at you, little squishy. Yeah. Nelson says he has the anvil tool on and it's perfect. Yeah, see, that's once you've played like a few of his different picks and the different shapes, you get a feel for what the shape does to the feel of the pick. You know, and he's got a bunch of different shapes, and that anvil for that material is particularly good. Exactly, kitties staying away from the noise. Some people ran upstairs, some kitties ran downstairs. We're actually pretty hot here today. We finally warmed up. We went from winter to spring to summer in a week. Can't justify the cost, but I do want to try them. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. Especially if you get the Torlon, which is an expensive pick because the material is so expensive, you're never wearing that friggin' pick out. It's just way too robust, you know, a material. $45 after a week of 70s. Yeah, we were like 60 at the beginning of the week, and we were gonna hit 90 today, but I think the sun took too long to come out. So where are we? We're 83. Yeah, sun's going down. Did you guys see the new Charvel satchel? The Charvel Satchel Pro? It's I think a DK. What is it? A Pro Mod DK22, I think. Hold on. Let me see if I can call it up on the internetometer. Charvel. Yeah. Okay, no. Goddamn overlays. They piss me off. Yeah, here you go. Right there. Yeah. Let's see, I don't want to watch the video because I don't want to. But do they show it under guitars? Under artist? Yeah, right there. That's it. What's interesting is if you listen to the interview, Satchel makes there was sort of not to parse his words too closely, but there was one little sort of sentence or two that came out of that interview when he's talking about the new Pro Mod signature. It's in a satin white Bengal. And he's sort of joking around, but he's a little bit more serious in this one than you normally would see him at. And you could see that he's a little bit more reserved than he has been in other ones. And at one point, he says, Steel Panther sort of started out we were really, channeling our comedy, plus our musicianship and, and so forth. And lately, we've just sort of turned into a metal band. And it made me say, oh, I wonder if he's signaling this, that they're sort of going to drop the comedy shtick and try to be a more serious band. I hope not, because they're still regarded as killer musicians. I don't think that the shtick hurts them at all. I know what they're saying. Maybe the joke gets old after a while. And you could hear them trying to do, I think, a little bit more serious work in their last album. What was it? Was it all you can eat, or there was one raising the bar or something like that. Forget. And so I think they're trying to. They're trying to, I think, maybe lay the foundation for making more serious stuff. But I their stuff is so friggin' good, and satire never gets old, I don't think. But what's interesting is that they use his real name. See that? Parrish. Right, Russ Parrish. So again, sort of breaking the whole character a little bit. I just thought it was interesting. Watch the video. Watch the video. Someone just mentioned the next Kiss Without Makeup. Speaking of Kiss, you should check out. There was a sound check that they did literally 1 week ago today, and people pay a lot of money to get like the Kiss full-on experience. It's probably $5,000 friggin' dollars for two people. And they get to show up early and sort of hang around the place inside, and I'm sure there's a meet and greet. And they go to sound check. And Kiss comes out, and they, sort of go. Gene comes out in a friggin' bathrobe. Paul's making fun of him, says he's, looks like a boxer, big old retired boxer. And the one thing I learned from that sound check is that Paul's voice, and you can tell he's singing. There's no lip syncing going on there. In fact, you can tell he bristles about it. He's pretty pissed about the whole lip syncing thing. But Gene still sounds friggin' amazing. Oh my God, Gene sounds friggin' awesome. He really does. For it, dude who's been doing it that long, at his age, God, his voice is still friggin' great. And they do like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 tunes. They sound great. Steel Panther was cool. See, when they were the tribute band, they weren't called Steel Panther. They had to switch to Steel Panther, and then they signed with Universal. Universal dropped them after 2 records. Then I don't know if they self-released, and then they were with Ernie Bach Jr. for a while. He's a local. He's our local billionaire. He's our Mr. Smithers. The average, annual household, the average household income in this town is like $78,000, but he's worth like $2 billion. Well, he's skewing us. He's skewing us up in this town. But new pedal from Sean Tubbs and Rev. Did you see that? Let me go to the Rev site. I'm sure mine's on the way. Right, Derek? You bastard. Don't make me come over there. Woo-hoo. Yeah, yeah. Look at this. Ah, nice photography. Look at that. Sean Tubbs. The Tubster, or as I call him, Sean. The Tilt Overdrive. Way, way, boo-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do. No, you're not going to work? You're not going to give me a... I can't zoom in? Nothing? You're giving me a plus in that magnifying glass. Damn you. Look at that. Nice. They sound pretty good. I was listening to a couple of the pedals. The old Tilt Overdrive. So I think it's I think it's an overdrive. An overdrive with a, is it an overdrive with a boost or a distortion with a boost? Overdrive? It's an overdrive. It's an overdrive with a booster. He took it, then he boosted. He boosted. Yeah, drive and a boost. And interesting, it looks like shelving filter. You know? Like a, what do I call that? Like a high pass. Because you're blocking out the low. Remember, the blank pass is the opposite of what the first word is. High pass blocks the lows. Low pass blocks the highs. That's just science. Am I bot worthy again? Oh. Look at you. I had no idea I was so famous. You know what I could do, and let's just get a little feedback on this. They have now introduced it that I could only make subscribers be right. It would just force people to subscribe, I suppose. Maybe the part of the bot is subscribe if they can't get in here, but I could force it that only subscribers can comment. You know. Good to see you, Julio. Johnny Bean's channel has that now, yeah. Yeah, Ben, how did the telly neck turn out? Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah, I know subscriber only comments might be a thing, but then you feel like, you know, you'd miss out on all the naked girls. I'm blowing through my list here. We talked about the new Fenders. We talked about the new Charvel. We talked about the new pedal from John Tubbs. We already talked about the new stereo and the Impala. Just going over my week. So yeah, we got to put new speakers in that, but doing it this week. Finally get it just done and over with. Did anybody catch this week the Rob Scallon Michelangelo video? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Speaker? Anybody? The Scallon video. So well shot and edited. What a wonderful job his production crew did. You know, capturing that in a very lighthearted way. And just really, you know, it's just like any guitar, you know, sort of, you know, enthusiast will just watch that that video with a big smile on your face, because it's just so fun, you know. It was a very, very, you know, because he's you know, Michelangelo has got what some would call an unbridled enthusiasm, and of course Scallon, it gets a kick out of the whole thing. So he's, you know, bringing his A game and picking things up pretty quickly and showing where he can really shine with the clean stuff. So he struggles with a little bit more of the distorted stuff, and that's where Michelangelo is really kicking ass. But then he switches it to like an open tuning and clean stuff, and then Scallon really sounds amazing. It's like, well, you could tell Michelangelo is a little impressed. Like, wow, it sounds really great, you know. So, and then of course Michelangelo is just the king of like gadgetry. So he's got guitars with a next move, and they tried to get one that had lasers that shot out of it, but they couldn't get the lasers going. And oh god, it's just like I watched the whole thing with a big smile on my face. The whole video is just so much fun. So my video recommendation of the week is the Rob Scallon Michelangelo video vid. It's on Rob Scallon's channel. What am I hearing? Is it this? Check. Yeah. Hearing something. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Oh, pop. Well, I think it's just it's getting a little boppy. Guitars with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads? Yeah, actually, pretty much. When you get those front speakers installed, make sure you ask, is this for my speaker? I will. And of course, we have this graphic EQ here. Is that for my speaker? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Hi, Steve. Just reserved an American Original Telly from Sweetwater last week. Wow. You might be getting one of the last ones if they switch to this new classic line. You might be getting one. Yeah, doesn't it feel like it's popping here a little bit? Like popping and locking? No? Do-do-do-do. Gibson's going to go with laser tuners now. Yeah, my God, this thing is making me mental. That was it. It was this. Yeah, that feels quieter. My God, doesn't it sound like it's making... quieter. There it is. That's quieter now. Making me crazy. I think it was too close to the computer. I think that was it. And plus this makes a little noise, but not like it was. It's like I wasn't moving at all when it was making a sound. Now it's pretty quiet unless I move around. Yeah, it almost feels like it's this. Like it's this. It's the strap lock. Captain, we have a working theory. I'm gonna try it right now because it's gonna make me insane. In the membrane, yes, that's exactly where it's making me insane. In the membrane. AKA insane in the brain. Now let's see if this changes it. If it doesn't, then it's only me head. It's only me head. Hold on. It's the strap locks. And that's, kids, why you should never, ever use strap locks. Someone ordered a symphony orchestra, possibly while stoned. Looking at you, Cypress Hill. Now this, I like. Or better strap locks than those. Those are jangly. I guess strap locks that jingle, jangle, jingle. The Sun Valley Exotic. Sounds exotic. Do I have the money for something so exotic? Schecter guitar. What did you say it was again? You said Schecter something. It's a Schecter somethings. Sun Valley Exotic. Oh yeah. I don't know. You know what? I'm not crazy about the natural wood on what's on a so-called like shredder guitar. Shredders didn't use natural wood. Shredders use this. This nonsense. Shredders were like, take my, take my guitar and dip it in pink crystals. It's like, that was shredders. And they weren't, And the natural, the only dude doing natural was Nuno. Pretty much. Everyone else was solid color or wacky color. Everyone was trying to make a look for themselves. Van Halen did the stripes, and Vi had the monkey grip, and Zach did the bullseye. Not that it's a gimmick or anything. I'm just saying. Thank you. Meh. Like a bowling ball. Reminds me of going down Empire Lanes in Hyde Park on River Street. Live on, Empire Lanes. You made wicked awesome grilled cheeses. That's the one we had here. It's probably the best color. I think the blue. That's satin. Or I'd just get the black. I don't like the satin. I want the gloss. I like the gloss. Like Henry Close. Not bad. A little bowling ballish. Flame cam. I get flames and flames and flame of flame. Yeah, remember Empire Lane speaker? Down there on River Street. I think it's like an insurance bill. It's like an office park now or something stupid. They ruined it. You like the red bowling ball? Yeah? You could rock the red bowling ball? Not bad. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It does feel very metal. It's like the bowling ball from hell. You got your double battery pack back there. One for the Sustainiac and one for the pickups. There's your activator. I like the matching headstock. Pretty good. Got the old curved back there for easy upper access. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Which is my highest rating. Ron says he liked the green bowling ball. All right, well. Let me take a quick look here. Was it oh yeah, green bowling ball. I'm not gonna lie, it would look good on Christmas. Wear a nice red shirt. Get the green bowling ball out. Wouldn't you kind of have to get the pair? Isn't that the Christmas set? They both have, none of them have a rose. Oh, no, see? There you go. There's the set. You get the red with the ebony fretboard. You get the green with the maple fretboard. And you're all ready for Christmas. Right? It would embiggen even the smallest of Christmases. There you go. That's what I vote for. The old salt and pepper. Yeah, I think they're $1,000. Yeah, $9.99. Some, for a little while they were throwing in a free case, but I don't think they're doing that anymore. Like $9.99 and a free case, but I don't think that's a deal. That might have been like they're doing the EMG retroactive Hot 70s. I have those in one of my Harley Bentons. Those are good sounding pickups. you know? Yeah, it kind of is nice. You know what? I think this guitar might turn me. But I don't think I could spend $2,000 on a pair. Yeah, you keep an eye out. Get one for $5.99. You get one for like, $6.50. You can get the pair for under $1,200. Or around $1,200. Like $550 and $600 or something like that. If you can. Yeah, you're always better off used, because, guitars don't really break down unless somebody's a moron and they really beat the piss out of it. But as long as you get it from like Guitar Center, a place that you can easily bring it back, well, I don't mind buying used. I buy used. So this was used. This was $3,000 new, and used they run around right now. They're getting like $1,800, $1,900, and I paid $899 used, and fell over myself buying it. Especially with the Wicked Flame neck. It's got the flams and the bird's eyes. It's a bird eye. It's your classic bird's eye flame. Oh, dude, those necks are super thin. Those necks are super, super thin, I assure you. I had one here for a couple of days before I returned it with the cracked fretboard. It's a very, very thin neck. Around Montreal, 1,400 to 1,350 used. Man, that sucks. Do I follow the Indy 500? Not really. I don't, no, not really. I don't really follow any car racing or horse racing or really any racing. I am going to be watching the Celtics tonight, though. They say it starts at 8:30, but tip-off is really about 8:45. So, whatever. I can't make it straight on the stand because there's things on the back. Right? No, and I don't want to bring it out because then I'm going to bump into it. You love Schecter necks, yeah. The ones I've played have been pretty thin. Not? Are they Wizard thin? I don't think so. I think the Wizard still holds the record. We might have to do a little comparison, though, for world's thinnest neck. Oh, God, that's good coffee. That is good coffee. Let me check me list here. What we got? What we get right here? Oh, one other thing that I did want to mention. This is the last thing on my list, too. Have you seen the Jazz Master of Puppets? I don't want to play the video because I don't like playing other people's videos in my videos. But let me just check. It's probably in my history very quickly. Hold on. Where are you? You know what I've been watching a lot? No, I'm just looking through my history. Forgot I've been watching a lot of
The Disorder from Dreadbox.
Oh, this yeah. Yeah, right, yeah. Let me get to a good still. Yeah. This is a... Yeah, here's a good still. Have you seen this one, the Jazz Master of Puppets from CS Guitars? So I couldn't do it. I didn't have the time to do it. But Harley Benton is having a... They give you get a kit, and you try to make something interesting out of it, and then they're having, like, I think, a little behind the scenes contest, and so everybody's making up kits. You see a lot of people out there. Suddenly you're seeing a rash of Harley Benton do-it-yourself kits out there, and it's because Harley Benton is doing a little promo on their kits. And I thought that this one from CS Guitars was friggin' genius. You know, it's pretty much gritty. You know, it's like Gritty and Muppets and Jazz Master all like rolled into one. The black with the orange, just the whole thing, I just thought was exceptionally amazing. Look at that thing. It looks fantastic. Get another little angle here. And another angle here. You know, well done. You know, if anyone deserves to win it, you know, it's that one. I've seen some other entries, and I would say his is the most inventive of the ones I've seen. I've never tried the Guitar Fetish line. I don't know about their kits. Guitar Fetish has been around forever, though. I haven't seen Guitar Max's build. What did he do? Did he do one, too? All right, yeah. Harley Benton. So let me just go to his site and just make sure that this is the latest one, because I'm seeing a few different things here. All right, so that I see one of them. Okay, so is this his? Again, I have to make sure I use that. Oh God, I hate that. Have the audio off. So was this it, or is this a different kit? Is this the kit he did? Did he do an SG style kit and put the rocket launcher on it? Because that's pretty cool. Or is this something different? Oh no, okay, here I see it. I see it, DIY kit challenge. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it says it right there. See, I was looking for something Harley Benton. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Tillman. Yeah, pretty cool. And he gets to it. All right. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then we go where about right here. Doot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Again, I don't like playing other people's videos. I have a personal thing against playing other people's content. I mean, still photos at best. But you can see the rocket taking flight. Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. I'm out somewhere. Resident smoke all over it, yeah. Make a bong guitar. Sure. Yeah, it's all fun and games. Make one to make a bow and arrow out of one or something. A little archery with it. A couple of jams. A little bit of archery. Well, model Strat is just the Select Strat. So see. There it is. See a full shot, yeah. These were made, they made a different model every year. This is the 2013. The Selects have the Select badge, just like a coin embedded in the back of the headstock that says Select. It's Select, biatch. And, you know, they're all lacquer and all that crap. And, of course, the channel-bound neck, which is kind of nice. All right, so it's a one-piece maple neck, and then they just carve out the interior and inlay the fretboard into the neck. Is it bone in? Sure. Well, I think the nut is bone, but yeah, it's a 2013 exactly. Yeah, right, exactly. It's a swimming pool route neck. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird how they do that. They did it in 2013 for the Selects. They did it in 2014 for the Selects, and they did a handful of production guitars that year, 2014. They had like a Tele and a Strat. And then that's it. By the time you get to 2015, they stopped doing the channel bound. It's only out for a couple of years, like 2 years. And then poof, gone. Are they hand wound pickups? Sure. Actually, it's a, what do they call that? Like a twin V or something like that? I forget what they call that. Is it a V twin? Yeah, and these are select pickups that they made just for these guitars. You know, are they hand wound? Sure. cow bones. You know, it's better just to not know what bones they are. You have a select Strat, you selected it from an ad on Craigslist. You want to be a select owner. First of all, you would have to fill out your select application and submit it to the select committee. Chicken bone, you think so? Yeah. Usually cow or buffalo. I don't really know too much BTO, you know. I mean, but I forget the riff. I used to know it too. I can't think of it now. I wouldn't even want to attempt it, but taking care of business every day. I am playing through THU. Hold on. One of these is out and it's making me friggin'. It sounds right and then it doesn't. Oh, that's a touch sharp. How are we doing here? Well, that's a touch sharp too. It doesn't. If they're all a little sharp, then that makes, you know, more sense because it's in tune with each other. Yeah, they all are. All just a touch sharp. That sounds right. The low E was just a little sharp. The low E being sharp is the one that, because everything sounds a little flat. Yeah. There we go. That's one of my favorite progressions by him. So simple, but so great. You guys still working out all the bone jokes? I think he's doing minor, right? Half a mile ahead? Right, I'm hearing minor. Is it minor? Where have you been now? Something like that. God, I haven't played that song since the 90s. Play any Brady Bunch songs? Sunshine Day, Keep On, Time Change. I don't know those. I do though the theme song. Right. And they're all different, right? Because if you listen to the lyrics, right? Right? So, like, each little turnaround ends a little different. And then I think he modulates, right? Right to the one day when this thing did this follow. I knew there was much more than and then here's that note. Wow. Right. Classic. Right. Yeah, right. So, like, right, because how does it sound? Here's a story. He goes up a fourth. But I love you, lady. They all had hair of gold like their mother. Curls, right? So again, a little different opening to go along with the lyrics, right? Right? There's a story about a man named Brady, right? Who was bringing up boys of his own. Right, own, and then it rhymes with alone, right? And then it modulates. Again, that goes back to an era of songwriting that just doesn't, right? The themes of the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. I mean, just so many killer friggin' openings. Taxi, which was a real tune, but God, nothing made it more famous than the opening of friggin' Taxi. Yeah, Barney Miller, F Troop. God, All in the Family. Wow, there's one. Going and make the hit parade. It's basically the black keys on the keyboard. It's a pentatonic scale. And of course, yeah. Welcome back. No, is it? No, is it? Yeah, like a major 7. Seems for your taking it as. Welcome back, huh? Well, the names will change. God. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, that second one. So hard. It just double speed. No more you up? Well, they're a little trickier now because I don't really drink coffee past 8 o'clock anymore. And I tell you, I'm sleeping better because of it, so it's probably a good thing. Well, you never know. Maybe. Keep hope alive. Yeah, I forget Get Smart. Was it a... I used to know that. Yeah. I forget it now. With the horns and everything. God. Barney Miller. Wojo. Dietrich. Harris. Yeah, the monsters. Yeah, they go up. Something like that. Of course, Fish. Yeah, Tra-La-La, the Banana Split song. Was that out before or after the Bob Marley song? That's what I'd love to know. Yeah, Gilligan's Island. Is that a Scooby-Dooby-Doo? Where are you? I never remember the lyrics. 'Cause Scooby-Doo, I see you. King of the Hill is what? I forget it now. I forget it now. That sounds minor. That's literally all just from memory and from ear, right? Right? Something like that. Is it dumb to put skins on guitars? So like skins like they put on phone, like you can get a skin for your phone or a skin for your PS5. They have a skin for guitars. Yeah, no, you are correct. That sounds all stupid. Well, Hell's Bells starts out with a let's see if we can get one here. I feel like it's got to be a little lower, right? Like that. Shame. That's pretty good, right? I did go to Berkeley for one semester, and it's not L-E-Y, it's actually L-E-E. And Berkeley is a play on the guy who founded it, Lee Burke. His first name is Lee, his last name is Burke. He called it Berkeley. And when I went, it was the Berkeley School of Music. Of course, years later, they became the Berkeley College of Music. But at the time, they were only accredited as a school, not a college. Let notes make that bell sound. Well, what you do is, you got to take two strings, right? I find that it sounds better when one of the strings is plain and one of the strings is wound. So that's going to pretty much, the only strings adjacent to each other that are both wound and plain are the D string and the G string, right? And you move your finger up, right? I got my finger like underneath the G. Let me do it over here. Let's go to finger cam. You see what I'm doing here? I'm sticking my finger under this G string. You've all been there. You know what I'm talking about. You stick your finger under the G string, and you push the D string, right? Now I'm crossing over. It's a crossover. See that? You can see the crossover point down here. There's another crossover point up here. And while they're apart, I just cover it with my finger and keep it. Problem is I'm too high. You got to make sure the crossover is very low on the neck, so you get a low tone. Even that could probably go a little lower. See how the strings are crossed over? You got to pluck them at the same time. Could you hit it with a string, Brick? I guess you could. I think it's easier. And it sounds more correct when you pluck them. Because it sounds like a bell hit more. And then they're back to... How's the synth room coming along? Swimmingly, actually. It's been going great. Oh yeah, right. Can't be talking about this string. Yeah, exactly. It does not have bass pedals. If I was going to get bass pedals, of course, I'd just get the MIDI controller. It's much, much cheaper than getting it with actual synth sounds into it. And a lot easier to just manage. Just get a USB one, that just plugs right into the, your rig. I think they're around 500, maybe 550, 600, somewhere around there. Get the bass pedals, but I don't have them now. It's tough to have bass pedals when you have a place that potentially could flood. Always feels a bit risky. The world's thirstiest drummer. I feel like I'm slightly out still. Yeah. There's going to be hot at NAMM. I don't know. There's not a lot of people going. One by one, I'm seeing people. I mean, there's definitely going to be some, some booths there, but it's like going to a computer, conference, and Microsoft and Apple and, all the major vendors, Hewlett Packard, they all don't go. None of them show up. It's hard to have a computer show. So, you know, when you're having a music show, and the Fender and Gibson and PRS, you know, they're not. Ibanez will be there and with a really big booth, but they're the only ones. Kiesel pulled out too. They're not going to be there either. Yeah, I don't think I can change how the chat works. I have to do it before the chat starts. I can't change it to just subscribers. But the bot will just subscribe anyway, so. Maybe NAM will turn back into a conference for retailers again. I don't know. I don't think they're seeing the value in it anymore. I think they're on. I think we did a video on this, a live show on this, a few months back. But I'm kind of the feeling that, it might not be. These next couple of years will be critical. Let's see if they get back to full steam by 2024, which is the next time they're in January. If they are, then fine. If they're not, then permanent damage may have been done by missing it, and vendors saying, did we really lose a lot of business by not going to this show? No. So why are we going again? Why are we dropping $20,000 to $100,000? To go to this show, and it's probably not worth it. Supreme Strat? No, these are called the Select Strat. Select. Right there. Ye old Select Strat. I think they have a 2012 up there right now on Guitar Center used. Oh, let me see here. Where was that? So the 2012 series, there's no channel bound neck. Someone might have bought it though. No, it's still there. Yeah, so this is the prior year. This one. That's the 2012. The one I'm holding is the 2013. Nice flame neck though. Again with the Select badge. I got the same tuners. The body looks almost identical, except it's a different color. A little more red in it, darker brown, a little more reddish brown. Mine's definitely more like yellow brown. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a cherry compared to like that. I think it's more orangey than that, right? That's a little bit more like reddish, I think, at the. And this almost feels like an Aerodyne a little bit. See how much flatter I think the top is? The top of mine is rounder. I think this edge is a little harder than mine as well. Again, they changed it year to year. But I think that might be correct. That's definitely the 2012 though. Right, yeah, see US 12. US 12 right there. And let's check out that neck. Yeah, good looking neck. Nice flame. I'm sure it looks better in person than it does on these photos. Yeah. There you go. They're still out there. You like mine better? Yeah. So they were different every year, right? Every year they were different. So that year was that, that model there. That was 2012. This was 2013. A year later, they went back to small headstock, but with the binding and I think clay inlays. And instead of a flame top, it was a quilt top. And then the year after that, I want to say they were all maple necks, I think. And it was the cedar body, right, from Oregon, Port Orford cedar, from the Port Orford area or forest. And those look pretty cool. I actually like the cedar looking, the cedar body. Thought it looked pretty cool. So if you were going to get the whole collection, you'd get one from every year, but it sounds pricey. Sounds expensive. Yeah, you like mine better too? Yeah. Is it called the Cbs Headstock? Yeah, because when CBS bought Fender, they felt the headstock didn't show the name that great, so they said, "Well, we just make it bigger." And then, of course, it was just in time for the late '60s. The switchover happened in '66. Right, pretty much right after CBS bought the company, and it's so funny. Just sort of like that old '60s Mad Men sort of thinking. They were really thinking vertical integration, right? Bands will come on to television to play songs, and they'll play the guitars and we'll do our own internal advertising. But that quickly went nowhere. And they sort of realized that, I think, by the mid 70s that they were in way over their heads with a manufacturing company. And they quickly started cutting corners. That's why by the time you get to 1980, the quality is really, really bad. And then luckily, they survived just long enough so that the people who, a lot of the old timers who would work there many years, they raised the capital and bought the company in '85 and sort of relaunched in '86. And the first stuff was their vintage. The very first stuff out of the American factory was the 57 and the 62 reissues. And then '87 they came out with the American Standard line, and the rest is history. They came roaring back. But yeah, God, that whole CBS era almost drove them right into the ground. Just like the Norlin era for Gibson. Again, they buy the company, they practically destroy it. Questionable quality all around. And then finally, in '86, they're bought out, and they start to turn things around. And, again, the rest is history. So in the 80s, in 1985, you couldn't get an American-made guitar. There was no American-made guitar in 1985. 100% of the guitars were made by Fujigen, and they mainly had those painted necks, what they're now calling the Boxer series. But I think back then we called them the Contemporary series, the Fender Contemporary series, and they were black painted necks with green or all metallic paint, like a metallic green or metallic burgundy body, metallic champagne. They were nice guitars, and they were short money, and it sort of was just a little stopgap to have something with the Fender name on it. And then when they came back with in the first, again, I'm working at a music store that's a Fender dealer in 1985. And they're telling me all this. They're like, yeah, this is all we have for Fender, and Fender's going through a retooling right now, and they're getting bought, and then they're coming out. And I remember when those first, I bought a 57 Strat when it first came out. I really regret getting rid of that. I completely regret getting rid of that. God, throw it on the pile of guitars I should have never got rid of, but I had one of those in '86 when it first came out. One of the first ones off the friggin' production line. I had one of those, a 57 in Fiesta Red. God, it was gorgeous. And then, the American Standards came out in '87, and boom, that was really the reboot for them. Gibson took a little longer. It wasn't really until '88, '89 when Slash came out, but even then, they were facing the headwind of both Kramer and, quite frankly, in '88, Ibanez. By '89, Ibanez is just crushing everybody. Right? They're like the new kid on the block, all the RGs and stuff. God, we sold so many of those friggin' guitars. Paul Gilbert that comes and does a clinic in the store. That was sort of Ibanez's heyday. '88, '89. They finally got product in the store in '88. Took until February of '88, and they finally got it in the store. And then, boom. They were everybody. God, we sold so many of those friggin' guitars. And then I knew they were hot because I remember a dude drove a long way to go to the Norwood. We had two stores, one in Dedham and one in Norwood, and the Norwood store was a small one. And they came to that store because he wanted the 5-alarm red. He couldn't get that color anywhere. He was collecting them. And he goes, that's it. That's the color. Write it up. That's what I want. We're like, okay. So that's what I knew. I said, wow, dudes are like literally collecting these right now. Pretty crazy. Got one of those piles too. Everyone's got a pile. Everyone's got a pile. Like, what was I thinking? I had one of those gems signed by Steve Vai. I'd win the friggin' internet if I kept it. I even had the signature covered. I brought it to a body shop, and the guy just sprayed right over it. It looked gorgeous. It was never coming off. It's underneath the finish. It's a lot of those. The signatures wore off, but the signature was never wearing off of that one. Yeah, that's what spawned all the boutique guitar companies. Well, first of all, there was all the copycats. That was killing them, right? Ibanez, Tokai, right? Greco, Edwards, all these companies that were sort of copying the classic designs because they were failing and people still wanted that look. And so here come all the imports. But then they sort of fight back on that. Fujigen is killer. Fujigen's real good stuff. But if you look back at the catalogs, those BC Rich guitars were freaking expensive. Like, ridiculously expensive. The Fender, like, the Strat, which is like the top of the line guitar for '82, is like $650. A Les Paul Standard is like $650. A Les Paul Custom is like $750, like $799 with the triple pickup. Right, $800. And the same catalog, the BC Rich is like $999 for the Mockingbird, or like $1099. It's like $1299 or $1399 for the 10-string, Rich Bitch. And I'm like, that's a lot of money, for those guitars back in that day, man. I had a lot of friggin' money. In 1982. Didn't Santana use Hamer before PRS? I thought it was Yamaha, no? Yeah, Michael says Yamaha too. That's what I remember. Oh, God, my back. I gotta move here in my chair. Oi. Me back. Yeah. That was it. It's not Peg. It's from 335. You don't want to hear about bad backs? I thought it was your knees that hurt. That's false advertising. You're like, kind of both. Fair enough. Oh, they had a very busy day. We had a lot of people over, party, a lot of excitement. Oh, the other cat, I'm calling her Shawshank now. She busted out the other day. What's up, Shawshank? That was huge money back then. I think in 1985 they came out with a car that was $29.99, right? Or am I thinking of the Pinto in the 70s? The one that would explode if you rear-ended it. But yeah, so Peg, yeah. I see a picture in the lights of velvet. Like a jazzy blues, right? There's the one. And the 4 chord. Back to the 1. To the 5 chord. Yeah, the Gremlin. God, the Gremlin. Yeah, 2 Vegas, really, 71 to 73. I had for one summer of 86, I had a Le Car. It was kind of crappy. It had one of those roofs that was rubber, and it was like the whole friggin' top of the car. God, if you ever rolled over, you'd be ejected right out of the friggin' thing. Are you right over there? You right over there, Boots? Yeah, I only had it for that summer. I'm trying to think what I had after that. Might have been a might have been a Le Mans or I think I had God, I had so many cars. Might have been a Pontiac Le Mans, but like not the nice one, like the real, almost like the K car style, like really garbage. Very, very unreliable. Both of those Pontiacs were very reliable. I had two. Both were pretty bad. Sup, Stefan? What's your opinion on the Epiphone inspired by Gibson Les Paul? I think they're great. I love that this is one of those inspired by series. I think they're awesome. I think that they have an attention to detail. They're really clean. You know who just got an Epiphone is Ola, right? He picked up one of the Jerry Cantrell, like Prophecy style, right? I think he got the white one there. And even he goes, you know, I'm looking the whole thing over. He's like, it's clean. It's clean. It's nice. I did have a Mercury Grand Marquis. And I had a Celica too. Was it a 79? Forget now. Yeah, I definitely had I had the Celica for a while, and I had I definitely had a Lincoln. I've had a few Lincolns over the years. God, Lincolns. The Clinkin. Lincolns sound good until you own one. You know, yeah, I had the Grand Marquis. That was the cop car. And then a couple of Buicks, you know. Trying to think. I've had so many. I had one of the fake rag tops. What do they call that? Is it a Roadster? Or like the Seville? No, I had a Lincoln Continental. Right, has the big tire sort of imprint in the back of the trunk. But it has the fake rag top on it. That was good, but you know, you ride up on like airbags. It's got like right. So when you get in the car, the car like settles itself. Eventually those airbags leak, and it's always a big pain in the ass. Very cushy ride, but once the airbags are dead, then it's like the worst ride ever, right? Because there's practically no shocks in it. It's literally suspended up on like rubber pillows, and those airbags that are underneath each wheel, you know, like kind of like where the shock would go. And God, when they worked, they were great. Yeah, it was a Mark V. And then I had a town car. I had a gold town car. I had a couple town cars. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Speaker probably remembers the two-tone. You probably remember the two-tone rag top that really was literally a rag top. Like someone tried to take the rag top off, and then they realized, oh, wow, this has got like all this fiberglass under it, and they stopped it. That's before I got the car. And I'm trying to like put tape on it and stuff. I used to get pulled over by the state police in that car so friggin' often. I would be going one way and the state police would be going the other, and they would immediately turn the lights on and spin it around right after me. Over and over and over again. I cannot tell you. I swear to God, I passed a state trooper on the highway. He turned around at the next exit and came screaming up behind me. That car, man, it was a magnet. And this one cop said, "Oh, well, your car fits a description that's like, on a like a, like an alert, all points bulletin or whatever." I'm like, But the thing is that, I had a sticker because I'm the one who gave out the stickers. I was a state inspector I was a car inspector. So I slapped a sticker on my own car, no matter how bad it was. And so they used to friggin' pull me over all the time. Like, how do you get a sticker on this thing? Yeah, 4 Corvettes you can relate. Yeah, God. And then after that, what I finally get is I get a little Mercedes coupe. That car was like $3,000. It wasn't very expensive, but it blew smoke like crazy. And but only like once in a while. Like sometimes it would never blow smoke, and other times the thing would block out the house across the street. The smoke was so bad I couldn't figure it out. And that was a nice car, and the cops never pulled me over in that car. And it was a 75 280C little coupe. And eventually I went to a guy who just did Mercedes. And he's like, "Oh, yeah." He's like, "See this behind the carb?" He's like, they felt like if the car needed more like stuff, you would put more suction on it. So he goes, "There's like a fiberglass like ring behind this." He goes, "And they break." Sure enough, he opens it up. It's got a huge hole in it. He goes, "Not only is it broken," he goes, "you got a huge hole in it." So he replaced that, gone. But it cracked again pretty quickly, right? It seems like they crack pretty easily. And so like all of a sudden it was blowing smoke again, like in another few months. And this time my dad knew. He was like, "Well, we're not going back to him. Now that we know where it is, we're just going to do it ourselves." And he threw one in, and we kept having to throw that stupid, it was like a fiberglass disc that was in between like the valve body and the friggin' carb, and it would like add extra suction or some stupid, it was stupid. And it would break, and you would get fuel directly into the head, or you would get oil directly into the fuel or something. Either way, you'd be blowing. When I tell you, I was going down the highway one time, when you stepped on the gas, nothing. But when you let off on the gas, when I tell you, blacked out, those people behind me, I might have caused an accident. It was so bad. I remember one time when I first got the car, I pulled up to a light, and because when you're stepping on the gas, it's not, but when you let off on the gas, it would start to blow smoke like crazy. I pull up to the light, and it starts pouring smoke out of the back. I mean, like, you can't even believe. Like, oil smoke, right? And a carload of girls pull up next to me, and they're like looking at me like, and I roll down the window, and they roll down the window, and I go, "I bought it from James Bond." And they thought that was the funniest thing. They got the reference, and I freaking got out of there. God, how embarrassing. Oh, we got a kitty on the floor here. Yeah, lots of fun. No, I know the Celtics are playing. They didn't tip off until 8:45. I only missed 15 minutes, and I'm taping them. So I'll catch up at halftime. I'll flash forward and catch up. But time is up, and the cat wants to go. So I think we're going to call it a night. Thanks to everybody who hung out. Super appreciated. And I will see you guys in a week. And there you have it. I'm trying to do more videos. You know what? This is a tough time of year because right now we're just crossing over to where it's so hot I won't be going back out. Just like it was so cold I wasn't going out. Soon it'll be so hot I won't be going out. I'll be doing more videos. But right now we're right in that in between where it's like I got to paint this, I got to do that, I got to get all this done. And so I'm all caught up on friggin' house projects like crazy. But we're getting there. I will see you guys in a week. If I'm up later, maybe, but like I said, it's tough now that I'm not really drinking coffee past 8 p.m. It's not gonna lie, it's hurting my late night stuff. But I will definitely see you guys in a week. And there you have it. All right, dudes. No, you rock. Super thanks to everyone who hung out tonight. Super extra thanks to anyone who contributed. And, of course, big shout out to my mod squad, #mod squad. You guys were working hard tonight to keep all the porno chicks away. It happens. I'm like a magnet for them. They just look at this and they go, please, let me get a piece of that. You know how that goes. It's a curse. All right, dudes. I'll see you in a little while, a week at most, and there you go. No, you rock. All right, man. Later.